Facebook ads versus Google ads. Which is better? Well, I'm sure you heard about this argument before. Team green versus team blue, or team blue versus team red. It's something we're used to because of the media antagonizing one product over the other. They feel like since they are serving the same market, they should be competing against each other. Well, the question is Facebook ads and Google ads rivals? Well, if you're thinking that way, then you're losing 50% of your marketing potential. Well, here's the truth. Facebook creates the demand for products and services, while Google ads are used to capture the demand. One tells people what they're looking for, what's out there. The other one gives the option on where to get what you're looking for out there. When you combine the two, this is when magic happens. This is when you're able to communicate your values, your products, your benefits, your features, to finally getting a client at the end of the conversation. Imagine launching a campaign that captures attention on Instagram or Facebook, and then taking the same user from Google who is keenly interested in your product, and then converting them to be your client the next day or within the hour. This cuts down your buying cycle from weeks, months to literally days. And that is the power of both platforms for your products and services. This video is not about choosing which is better than the other. I'm going to talk about the pros and cons of one of each. But at the end of it all, this video is mostly about deciding which works, how you can work both of them in your marketing strategy to grow your business effectively and efficiently. Meta and Google ads represent 50 to 60% of the advertising budgets right now. Most of the budget was moved from TV, radio, newspaper print to online marketing. And when it comes to online marketing, these two giants are the ones that are taking 50 to 60% of the budget. Well, the rest is being shared meagerly between TikTok and LinkedIn ads. Any business that is seeking substantial growth in this market in 2025 needs to combine both of these platforms to get the best value for their marketing dollars. There's a fundamental difference between Google ads and Facebook. Google ads is about demand capture, while Facebook is about demand generation. We dive deeply into what demand capture is and demand generation. Demand capture comes from the side of Google, where you're looking for people, where Google is based on capturing intent. When people are typing on Google, they're looking for a product or solutions move from point A to point B. And this is a place where Google really shines. Google places your product or your service at the right time for your businesses to be seen by the right people who have the right budget. So Google ads focuses on high intent. They are really way down the buying cycle, and they're very close to conversion. This makes Google very, very profitable for many businesses, and it works really well for niche products, high ticket items, and for customers who already know what they want. They're not searching anymore. They're here and they're ready to buy. On the flip side, when you talk about Facebook being a demand generation platform, that means Facebook, Instagram, or WhatsApp can be used to interrupt people when they're browsing. And in the interruption, it drives attention and creates demands for product or services that this individual may have not known or had come into contact with. They are passively browsing. They are not actively shopping. They're not looking for your solution or your product or your service. They're just browsing, and then Facebook inserts ads that take them away from what they're currently doing. Well, the benefit for this, the Facebook platform is very awesome for introducing new products, new services, introducing solutions that are visually based, that will work really well in this product or describing this service you're saying. For example, travel benefits a lot from Facebook and Instagram. Think about selling physical items like clothes. They really do shine well on Instagram and Facebook. Let's talk about the strategic strengths and weaknesses of each platform and we start with the Google. Google's key strength it targets a very high intent audience in that people are ready to buy, people are already researched, and this leads to quick conversion and quick sales. This is ideal for niche brands like plumbing, legal, where people are ready to get the product. Another benefit for using Google Ads is that extensive reach. Google handles billions of daily searches every day, ensuring a massive potential audience. Google owns a lot of properties. They own the Google Search, they own YouTube, and the display network. It gives a user the flexibility of creating videos that play on display and on YouTube, images that can be seen on display ads on websites, and then on a text basis that can be seen or found on Google Search. The most common advantage or the best advantage that Google Ads has is it's very easy to start, especially if you're running search-based ads where you rely mostly on text. Texts are very easy to come up with. Anybody, including their mothers, can come up with text ads. What are the advantages of using Facebook ads? There are three main advantages. Scalability is very easy to scale with Facebook. Granular targeting. Facebook gives you the option of choosing people who are very hard to find. And most importantly, audience building. With Facebook, you can come up with an audience, a tribe, a crowd, a group of followers through your Facebook page that you can easily target, easily reach once you've already converted them to be your followers. Let's talk about scalability. Facebook has billions of users around the world or millions of users around your area. You can start advertising to a small group of people, and then once you're comfortable, you can move to the millions of viewers who are there. This is very good for brand awareness if you're introducing new products, introducing a new service, or introducing a new company into the marketing field. So this works well, like I said, for apparel, travel, and any visually based product or service. When it comes to granular targeting, Facebook has the option of choosing people or targeting people against their interests, against their behaviors, and against their demographics in terms of where they live, their age, and all that stuff. The benefit for this, it lowers your costs significantly, and you find that it is way cheaper than Google Ads. Well, targeting is going to take a backseat because of the new update from Andromeda, but it still helps with granularity. When it comes to audience building, you can have a page that has a few thousand followers to millions of followers, and you can get in touch with each and every one of them when you post on your Facebook page. And to increase your effectiveness, you can also work with Facebook groups to ensure that you people can see all of your posts. So let's have a conversation on combining both Google Ads and Facebook Ads, the full funnel strategy. So with every product and any new service, there's always the initial stage, the awareness stage, and this is where branding is done. And for this is where Facebook comes in really strong. Facebook, Instagram, and WhatsApp. This is where you create demand by introducing your product or service to people online. So this is where you're going to post your videos, your images on Meta properties, and you target them according to your interests, desires, behaviors, and demographics. And once you've created the awareness, or once you've created the demand, the next step is creating the same campaigns on Google. Because once somebody sees you on Facebook and Instagram, the next thing they do is like, I want to Google this business. Or once they click on your product or your service ad, they will be taken to either your Facebook page or your website. So once they go to their website, they look at you, and most websites, since they're being hosted on Google, they do research, they find out about your business. And then from there, they find out, they try and learn if you're trustworthy. And this is where Google comes in. When they're searching for your product or services, Google will help by bringing your website on. Google will help people find your website. The next stage in the buying funnel is the retargeting. Retargeting occurs when somebody has come to your website or has been to your Facebook page, and they're gonna be shown your ads again. They have come into contact with your product or services, and using Facebook ads and Google ads, you can remind them of your offers. You can even remind them of or give them deals to encourage them to buy from you. This is amazing, especially for people who don't buy the first time, or people who have forgotten about you, or for people who added your product or service to the cart and they didn't yet complete the action. So you can remind them that they're halfway through the product, they're halfway through the journey, and you're willing and you're ready to complete or fulfill the service. And lastly, for a successful digital marketing campaign using both Facebook and Google, you need to be consistent in that you should always be seen on your social feeds. You should always be available on Google. You should always be available when they're looking for you. So even if they don't buy today, they might come back in a month, 6 months, or a year to buy from you. It is said it takes around 6 to 7 touches before somebody chooses to become your client. So you need to be consistently available on all these 2 platforms, the Meta products, the Meta ads, and on Google ads. When it comes to budgeting, we know that in a business, you are restricted to how much money you have available at one point. So you have to be very creative in how you budget or how you allocate your budget in your marketing spend. So one piece of advice, it says that you can have that 30% of your marketing budget will go to your paid ads campaign, and you'd have 20% sent to Google ads while 10% is sent to Facebook ads. Why 20%? Because 20% of it goes to Google because of high intent buyers, immediate buyers, quicker returns, and it's a bigger platform. Whereas 10% goes to Facebook because this is where you create the demand. This is where branding is mostly done. This is where conversions happen, but they don't happen as big or as often as it does on Google. When you split the two conveniently, when you split your budget conveniently between these two, you're bound to have a successful digital marketing campaign. I'm always looking forward to working with people who have problems with their digital marketing campaigns. If you need any help, there's a link below. You can tap on it. Then I'm looking forward to working with you.